Hi there, welcome back to Holy Family CyberHigh, another little instructional video. So now that we've all figured out how to navigate and move around in the school, the next part is, what do we do? So here's what we do. You find your grade. So I'll pretend I'm a grade 9er. I used to be in grade 9 one time, back in the 90s. Double click your folder and you'll come up to a folder it's a subfolder that has all your classes in it. So there's language arts, social studies, math, science, religious studies, health, phys ed, and junior high CTS. Now these are all the classes that you're registered for as a grade 9 student. You need to make sure that you work on them in pieces every day, as opposed to doing them, like all the math on Monday, then all the science on Tuesday, and so forth, because when you do that, you retain a lot less. It's kind of like a waste of time. You really want to do a little bit each day. Anyway, I digress. Here we'll go into Math 9. So it's Monday morning, that's when we send out our lessons, Monday mornings, and of course they're usually due Friday. So here is the math up to week 36. That's when I'm making this little video here. But suppose it's week 8, for example. So all the lessons from here that are in blue would be in the classroom. What's above it would not show, and maybe even the ones below wouldn't show with the red flags. So we have the intro and then the lesson, the little flash file thing, a lesson, help samples, lesson, help, flash files, lesson. So basically every week there's a lesson. Now math week 8, for example, that means at the beginning of week 8 on Monday this was sent out. So let's double click and check it out. Okay, so math 8, lesson equations. So this was clearly about equations, and there's a little message on top, and then we get into the stuff. Now the important thing to remember is that when you're reading, you have to make sure that you're not just buzzing through this at like a regular internet reading, scanning style. Because we're dealing with very, very complex topics sometimes, which require learning and thinking as opposed to just reading, it's a very different style of reading that you need to do. Now what might be helpful, if you don't like reading on a computer like many people don't, which is quite common. Sometimes there's even videos I have checked out there. If you're not into reading all this stuff on the computer, what you can do is print this thing off, or view it right here. So I always attach a PDF file right there. There'll be a PDF file attached of the entire lesson. You can print this thing off and go find a picnic table outside in the sunshine and read it and make your notes out there instead of staring at a computer screen. I recommend this 100% of the time. Go out, get some fresh air, and enjoy yourself. So really what we have here in this file is precisely exactly what is in the email, except now you can type it off, print it off in a nice little package, and you have it just right there offline. The other good thing about this is that you could, if you're on dial-up, you can download the PDF file and open it and work on it from there, and at the same time shut your internet off so you can actually use your telephone at your house. So I don't know how many people that affects, but every now and then we have dial-up, and that'll definitely work. So again, this was sent out to the Math 9 class. It's a student's responsibility to check the Math 9 class every week, and if something isn't right or seems funny, they should really contact their teacher and get their questions answered immediately, as soon as possible. I cannot stress enough how important it is to not let these things slide and think you're going to catch up all of them on a weekend or something like that. It just doesn't work that way. Anyway, stay on top of your work and follow the instructions to, now that you know how to do emails, you can follow the instructions on how to set up an email to send back to your teacher, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And you would do this for every class. So maybe spend some time on the math, and then you can go to religious studies, and then you can go to science, or whatever order you would like to do. You can go ahead and do it like that. Now, they all have PDF attachments. The next little video will show you about how to make sure you can open that, because opening PDFs is a requirement of our school. So we'll go through that next video. In the meantime, to close this one up, just make sure that you are steady on working on each one of these assignments, or so you don't get behind any action, because that's no fun for anyone, trust me. Alright, next video.